Hey players, I want to tell you a little hack I do when I do not want to do sales, because just the thought of like doing sales, it's like I don't think of myself as a salesperson. Even if we call it business development, it's like, but I say that everybody's in sales because you always have to persuade somebody to adopt your idea, that you're doing great, to give you that promotion at work. Like having skills of persuasion are really important. And I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about let me describe to you and communicate with you where you're coming from on your level about why this is important or why this is a win-win. So that could be if you are raising money for a cause. That could be if you are pitching a project. Really, every single day you are taking some sort of persuasive action, even if it's just, I promise you, I'm right about this. So when I get really resistant to that, which is often because I want to stay up here in the strategy and ideas and everything, I don't necessarily want to be down here in tactical, like boom, 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 like, getting in that mode. Although I do enjoy it with certain things. Um, Finding a different reason that I am contacting someone or trying to get a conversation is a really useful skill. And I had forgotten this, and then somebody on my team actually reminded me of it, because a hack that I tell my clients who are also facing this is, don't call people to sell to them. This is really important at networking events. Like somebody once told me, like, you're never going to close a sale at an event. I mean, maybe some of you will, but most of us never will. The only job of the only job you have at like a networking event is to get someone's information so you can follow up, to figure out who is worth following up with for your purposes, whether you're there to make friends or get some career leads or maybe get some business for your business in the future. So, that's your one job. So your motivation, if your motivation is to sell when you go to an event, it's overwhelming and you'll come off gross, quite honestly. People can smell that a mile away. And so if you are reaching out from your office, you're not necessarily attending a formal event, organized event. How can you reach out to people in a way that that doesn't feel weird? I mean, honestly, I really think like people are smart. If you feel weird, it's going to come through. And of course, if you've written one of those 3-line emails and automated it, like even when people say like, hey, I was on your website and I noticed, it's just, they totally miss like what we even do. It's totally irrelevant. So what I do is I contact people with an ask that has to do with helping or sharing or studying, right? I think people like to give their opinion, not necessarily in an automated, survey, but people like to help. And so I will contact people with a sincere question. It's not a manipulation. It's, the world is changing right now. I want to hear how your organization is dealing with it or what you're thinking about. And just starting a conversation can often be like, oh, hey, does Pregame do this? Oh, yeah, we actually can help with that, right? And so it can lead to business. But even if it doesn't lead, immediately to a sale, what it does is it builds the relationship. And it also, sometimes a better thing than selling to somebody is to turn them into a referral source. So that is sometimes an easier ask at the end of a conversation, is like, who should I be talking to? Is there anyone that you might introduce me to, so who's struggling with this thing that we can help solve? So that can be an easier ask or a more appropriate ask, but sometimes you do need to ask for the sale and just shut the hell up. That's a bit of a different conversation further down the line. But what I want you to do is, if you are hesitating from contacting people, reaching out, following up with a contact maybe that you did meet at an event, or that someone suggested you reach out to, think about, what kind of email would I want to get? What would I want to help somebody with? And what might they be willing to talk to me about for 15 minutes? It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be meeting for coffee, which can be a heavy load on somebody's schedule. I will be very precise in what I'm asking for from them when I contact them. Do you have time for a 20-minute call in the next 2 weeks to tell me, what your organization is thinking about right now? All right, so feel free to steal that. That's why I'm telling you. And let us know how it went, or if you have any other pro tips on having meaningful, authentic conversations with people, that also could lead to growth for your organization. Game on.
Lyrically, I'm a problem. That's when the show starts.